Hey guys,
Hi.
Katie and Eric here with First Coast Heroes team at Navy to Navy Homes. We just wanted to talk about the homestead exemption process here in Duval County. We just got done doing it and filing for homestead exemption in 2018. So we're going to talk about a few awesome little gems that we just learned here.
Learned a ton about portability, a ton about homestead, a ton about homesteading as a military member. What if the military member is deployed, occupancy, and other special benefits if you're a disabled veteran or you have a service-connected disability. I mean tons. And then the real kicker.
Yeah, it's the deadline.
Is the deadline.
Is it really March 1st? I don't know.
Tune in to find out. Hey, we are going downtown to file for homestead.
What up?
Because we bought a house this year, and so we thought we should document it, and that way other people can see how we do it too. So here we go.
Hey, so we're about to go in to do the homestead exemption right now in the building just across the street. But one thing you guys got to remember, fellas, ladies, if you carry a pocket knife, make sure you take it out and leave it in your car because they ain't gonna let you in with it. So, all right, we're gonna put it away. Done.
So when you come in, they're going to ask you, because this is also the tax collector, you'll just say, hey, I'm here for homestead, and they're going to have you walk past the front desk and go to the security. They're going to check your bags, and they're going to wave one over you and make sure that you're safe, and then they're going to give you the all clear into the elevator. In the elevator.
Okay, yeah, we just passed security. They let us in. No, just joking. Couple things. Don't forget your ID. Just did that and had to run back. The other thing is we're about to find out whether or not you actually need your updated address. All right, so it's gonna keep going down.
Room 260.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so we got a ton of information. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of take you through first, what do you need to qualify for homestead? And then we're going to go into a couple of the gems that we learned today. So first, homestead is available to any Florida resident, right? So, and I got my little cheat sheet here because there's so many notes.
There's so much information.
I don't want to give you the wrong thing off the cuff. So the homestead exemption reduces the value of your home by up to $50,000 of ad valorem tax purposes. And that's only if your home value exceeds $75,000. If it does not exceed $75,000, which is, there's not very many in Florida, but then you would only be offered $25,000 worth of exemptions. Okay, eligible Florida residents. So the question we needed to figure out today was, what do you actually need to file for homestead? I know we help a ton of military families and they have their permanent home of record in a totally different state, and they may not want to change that due to taxes, or they want to go back there someday. So we wanted to find out for sure what that answer is. So if you don't want to change your address on your license, then the second option is if you have a car registered in Florida, you can bring in your car registration. If you don't want to do that, I have to check my notes, then you have to apply for a declaration of domicile. Declaration of domicile, okay, and you can do that at the county clerk of courts at the courthouse downtown.
That's the big one.
I'll caveat too, this is Duval County.
Yeah.
So Clay County, St. John's, Nassau might be a little different.
Okay.
This is Duval. So the myth debunked, you do not have to change your address. You don't even have to have a car registered here as long as you go down and you have the declaration of domicile.
Yeah.
Domicile.
This is like the whole question of DOS versus DOS.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Okay. Owned and occupied. You have to have owned and occupied the residence January 1st of that year or beyond. So if you owned and occupied January 2nd, you cannot apply for homestead for that tax year, right? So if you purchased anytime in 2018,
yeah,
homestead your property, and then it will show up on your taxes for 2019. Okay. What else do we have here? Okay.
So what the question that we asked was like, hey, what if my spouse is deployed, and he's or she's the one on the title? Can I still file for homestead? And so the answer to that question is yes, you can. If you have a power of attorney and you're not the one on the deed, if you have the power of attorney, you can actually file homestead as well. The big biggest way to get around all of this is just to do everything online. We did ask, hey, if you file homestead exemption online, is it better, is it worse, or is it, what are the pros and cons of doing it online? The guy was very nice and said, hey, just do it online. It's going to save you time. You just put your package together. You're going to get a letter, confirmation letter that you've completed and submitted your homestead exemption. So let's say in the event that they're supposed to get back to you by July 1st, whether or not they've received and filed your package.
Because that's a big concern,
Right.
doing it online. It's like, well, how do I know for sure that it's done? Like,
Right.
what's the warm and fuzzy?
So if you you'll get that warm and fuzzy. If you don't, just say, hey, I filed for it before the deadline of March 1st. I still haven't gotten anything back to disqualify. Just show them your confirmation letter. You're good to go.
Yeah. So that's how you'll know. So when you apply online, you're going to get like a good job. This request was processed. Here's your confirmation number. Keep that confirmation number, and that'll be how you know that it happened, and
Right.
then that's what you use to follow up later.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good to know. So if a spouse is deployed and they're the only one on the deed, the spouse remaining at home can do it online or in person if you have a power of attorney, or if you're on the deed, no problem. For the online application, you can email, fax, or snail mail the documents in. They recommend email. And then
How about that veteran disability service related
yeah.
disability?
Okay, so
exception
here's a
thing?
little
This was
nugget.
cool.
Okay, so a lot of people have a service-connected disability of 10% or more, right? So we always say, oh, 10%, that's awesome because you don't need to pay the VA funding fee on a loan, right? You also get more benefits because if you have 10%, you can save additional $5,000. So instead of the exemption being $50,000, it turns into $55,000, which I did not know. And we'll be doing that. I thought you had to be 100%. I mean, if you're 100% service-connected disability, then you don't have to pay your taxes for homestead properties.
That was a gem.
Yeah, $5,000 just for 10% and higher.
Yeah. So that'll be like, what, 55,000?
Yeah, seriously.
That's awesome.
So those were like the big things as far as homestead goes.
Mm-hmm. So we took a lot of resources with us from there. There's some actually stuff for first responders. So if you're watching and you're a first responder, okay, Katie's gonna help me out. Give me a break. We have got the homestead exemption pamphlet here. We got veteran exemptions here. We've got all the documents from downtown of what you need to file active duty military and veterans benefits for them.
Oh, the deployment. Remember that?
Yeah. What was it?
Yeah. So basically, if you are deployed in a approved operation.
Wow, yeah.
So say in 2018 you were deployed, I forget, there's a list online and we'll show it to you, but
we'll have a link for all this.
Say you're deployed for 300 days. You don't have to pay taxes on your homestead property for those 300 days that you were deployed in that operation.
Yeah.
Which is insane. All you need is a letter from your CO saying, yes, this member was in this operation from X date to X date, and however many days that is, then you're exempted from paying those taxes. So if your taxes bill has been escrowed, it's been collected, right? So then that form would come back as a refund afterwards. So like...
Because it's not the lender's money, right? The lender's holding the escrow for you. So if you had a tax for the year was like $3,000, but you were, like he was saying, deployed in that operations for 300 days. Let's say the taxes came out to, let's say $500, and you're going to get $2,500 back from the lender because they can't hold on to your escrow. It's your money.
Right. It's like a refund.
Yeah. So it's a refund back to you. And he was saying it's going to come back like around 1st of January, in the first couple of weeks in January. So if you get hit up hard by the holidays, you might have a nice little paycheck.
Nice little break, yeah. So, I mean, definitely, and that's all online, and there's tons of stuff online, even for first responders too, we didn't even know about. So, basically the highlights are you can only have one homestead property. So if you have a homestead property in Minnesota, you can't homestead your property here in Florida. You had to own occupy by January 1st, and you can prove that with like a JEA bill. And you'll need your social security number, and you will need your deed, but if you don't have it, they can look it up for you, they said. It just takes a little bit longer. So the recommendation is that you bring your deed with you, which, tell them about the scams.
Oh my goodness, there's scams out there. Hey guys, as soon as you get out there and you buy a house, you're gonna get a thing in the mail. It's gonna look real official, asking you to pay for your deed, a copy of your deed.
Like $89.
$89, not necessary. It's already recorded for you. You already paid for it at closing, so just download it from there. You don't even actually have to bring a copy of it with you to the homestead property office. They'll have a copy. They can just pull it up online. You can if you want, but Just don't pay for that one.
No.
No, it's some guy in a
It's
garage.
public information.
Yeah, it's public information. Some guy in a garage is making all kinds of money.
Yeah.
Spending 2-3 cents per deed, collecting $90 for it.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
horrible. Everyone's out there to make $1.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those are our homestead information. If you have any
If
questions,
you guys have any other questions, just drop them in the comments below or send us an email. We'll put our email down here as well.
we'll probably do another video about portability.
Yeah, portability.
That's a whole other
that's a
animal.
whole different topic. But
Yep.
yeah, we do got a lot of information. If you want information on portability, go ahead and leave us a comment or PM us or DM us or email us, whatever you want.
We're easy to get a hold of, so.
All right, sounds good. Well, hopefully that was helpful information.
Go homestead your property, folks.
All right, talk to you soon.
Bye.
Cool. Hey, we just learned an awesome gem of information. It was the deadline.
Yeah.
If you stay tuned to the end, thank you for staying tuned. But here it is. So the guy said it was a timely deadline. So March 1st, that's what they have on their website. But it's actually, they're going to accept your homestead exemption up to September 1st.
Yeah.
So if you file March 2nd, you're still actually going to get
okay.
You're okay.
Yeah.
March 3rd, March 4th.
August 31st, my birthday.
Yeah. April 1st, yeah. So you'll be fine. So that's huge. That was a big takeaway for us. We always thought March 1st or February 28th, but you got some time.
Yes. So get on down here, or you can do it online, and you're on your way for some real tax savings.
Hopefully you enjoyed that video. Go ahead and share it with your friends. Let them know about Homestead. If you guys bought a house in 2018 or if you bought a house in 2017, go ahead and share that and educate your friends and your family.
Yeah.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.